All right, well, looking at my watch, it looks like we're about. You know what? No, I have another question. I think I'll ask. So,
Okay.
what would your three movies of all time be? Like, it doesn't have to necessarily be this past year. It can be. There can be a crossover. But what would you say your favorite three movies ever are?
Uh, well, I've seen an awful lot of movies, that's for sure, and I don't quite have the memory that you do of all those movies and the specifics and particulars of those. Certainly the ones I've mentioned back in part one when your viewers see that are ones that are certainly at the top of the list. But I really like Top Gun Maverick,
Mm-hmm.
Tom Cruise. When we saw that movie, we came out of there feeling like we had spent the whole 2.5 hours in a fighter jet with Tom Cruise and with
Mm-hmm.
Rooster and with all the crew that he was training, as fighter pilots. The scenes, again, the cinematography, the acting, the music, and again, just the feeling that you
Mm-hmm.
had in that movie was excellent. We came out and said that was just one exhilarating, exciting
Mm-hmm.
movie that right from the beginning to the end, you were on the edge of your seat and you were in that cockpit, flying those planes and up and over the mountains and the hills. And so again, for those who haven't seen that, Tom Cruise never disappoints. All of his movies,
Mm-hmm.
excellent. He does his own stunts. He flies his own planes. Uh, just an excellent movie. 2020, 20 out of 20 for that one, I think. We
I
really
agree.
enjoyed that one.
Really good movie.
Yes, right. So that's one. Another one that I would mention um, would be another Tom Cruise movie. It was Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning.
Mm, yes.
Now, Final Reckoning's due out soon,
Yeah.
but Dead Reckoning, boy oh boy, when he was on that motorcycle, and I don't want to give it away, but I think people have seen it
Yeah.
already because it's in the trailers. And he takes off on that motorcycle towards the cliff and goes off and has that parachute on his back. That's a stunt that he really did.
Mm-hmm.
He does his own stunts, and that was just kind of an example of the excitement of that particular
Mm-hmm.
movie. At the end, of course, too, the train, and maybe that's all I'll say, the train and the cliff and the daring rescue and excitement there at the end of the movie. But yeah, that would be one that I would certainly mention, and looking forward to Final Reckoning, which comes out. I don't know if it's 2025
Yeah, 2020.
or
I think next summer. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
It
think
was
so.
supposed to be, I think, this summer.
Yeah,
But it got delayed for whatever reason.
yeah,
So yeah. But I agree. Another really good movie.
yes, very good. And then another one that I would mention is maybe a sleeper here, but I like Jason Statham
Mm-hmm.
in the movie The Beekeeper.
The Beekeeper.
The Beekeeper is one where it's a special group of highly trained folks, well, taking care of business, basically, is what he
Mm-hmm.
did. Revenge in this movie, it started out as kind of a simple premise where one of his elderly neighbors was scammed by a company out of money, and she felt so badly that she, don't want to spoil it, but did something that made Jason Statham quite upset and angry. And he took revenge on this group. And there was nothing he wouldn't do to avenge her loss, but then also to continue on and get much, much deeper into espionage and so on. And it really was an excellent movie, and his action movies are perfect. 17 18 out of 20 on that one, and I think that was highly rated with that as well. So that would be another one. If I could, just for a second,
Yeah.
just a couple other movies that are kind of crazy. Hugh Grant
Mm-hmm.
was in Heretic. That was a different part for him where he played a man who preyed on young women and had them come into their house with the guise of talking about religion and maybe joining their religious sect or their church. But then once in there, they were kind of imprisoned and captured and all the things that went on with that. I'm not saying I really liked that movie, but that was rated in, I think, 94% on Rotten
Really?
Tomatoes. So when you talk about the ratings of movies, that was much higher rated than I thought it should be, and it was an unsettling movie, you know, but he said, Hugh Grant, that it was the kind of movies he likes to make. In fact, more so than being the nice guy, he plays those parts. So that was one also that I wanted to mention to you as well.
I might have to check that one out.
Yeah.
Now, which do you think of those movies is the best one?
I would have to say the Tom Cruise movies and probably Top Gun Maverick. I mean, that just I came out of there, flying a plane. You know, it just really was an exciting, exhilarating, heart-pounding. And that plane was on the topography of that mountain that you'll see, at the end and during training. Do you make it or don't you? Can you get up high enough, quick enough? I would say probably Top Gun Maverick would be.
Yeah, I agree.
Favorite.
It's possible Tom Cruise may be a little bit crazy with all the stunts he does, especially the stunt you talked about in Dead Reckoning.
Right.
That stunt, I remember watching that. I remember seeing the filming of that.
Yes.
He's insane. He really is.
He is. He tries and does everything, and I agree with you. Yeah, he's a little bit crazy out there, but they make the movies when he makes those stunts. Yeah.
But interesting 3 movies. Actually, interesting 6 movies from this part and last part. Looking at my watch, it looks like we're about out of time, really this time. So, please, until next week, remember, I'm putting in the comment section now. Comment on this blog. I want to hear from you. What do you like? What don't you like? What could I do better? Also, please remember, all season long, you can recommend a movie, TV show, book, song, album for me to review, and I might just review it for you all right here on TK's video blog. Now, I can't always promise you'll like the review or agree with every single thing I have to say in the review. What I will promise you is that I will always keep it fair and I will always keep it honest. That is my commitment to you all, as always. So, until next week, with that being said, take care, be safe, and goodbye, everyone. Have a great weekend. I'll see you right back here, or actually back in my room, back in my where I usually film next week. And again, thank you, Uncle Mark. Good to have you.
Good to be here. Thank you so much, Trevor.
Yep.